If your chart looks like a coloring book right now, 5 different indicators, and literally this is just 4 indicators. You've got VWAP, you've got Bollinger Bands, you've got range boxes. Literally looking at this gives me a headache. But I get it. I used to have charts like this as well. Not quite like this, but pretty close. But after 30 years, including beginning as a market maker, which was when I had charts more similar to this, I stripped everything down to one single line, and it changed everything about how I trade. Today, I'm going to show you what that line is, where it comes from, and then I'm going to show you how it works on a real chart. I'm Steven. I'm a former market maker and arbitrage expert, and I teach a simple approach to trading using the anchor line and power bars. Here's what happens with most traders. You start out with a clean chart when you're just beginning trading. Then you add a moving average. Then you add VWAP. Then you add Bollinger Bands. Then you might throw on a relative strength indicator, RSI. You may throw in the MACD. So actually, if I add in the MACD, this is 5 indicators on this chart. Sorry about that. But before you know it, you've got so much on your screen that every candle is touching multiple lines, some indicating long, some indicating short, and you have no idea what actually matters in your trading, where you should take a trade, where you should exit a trade. So what do? You freeze. Or worse, you take a trade, you don't know which level you're beginning at or which level you're shooting for or where your stop should be because you're getting conflicting signals. And that was me early in my career. I started off with the MACD as one of my favorite indicators and then just layered on indicator on top of indicator. I thought having more information on my chart would make my trading better, but I actually got to the point where it made me hesitate more, miss trades, enter a trade on one indicator, try to exit on another indicator, and it just wasn't working. So what changed for me and what is that one line? It's the 20-period simple moving average. And before you click away thinking, I already know what the 20 is, just hear me out in this video. Because most traders have this on their chart, but they're using it wrong. They see it as just another indicator when it's not. It's something more powerful than that. We call it the anchor line. When I started my career as a market maker, I specialized in warrant arbitrage. That was trading warrants, common stock, and options all against each other. My job was to find price discrepancies between the various instruments and trade them back to fair value. The first thing my boss taught me, and he was an expert in arbitrage, was that every arbitrage has an anchor. The common stock was always that anchor. Everything else moved around it. And when things drifted far from the anchor, they always snapped back to the anchor at some point. And that was the edge that we had in warrant arbitrage. 30 years later, I'm still trading the same concept. On a chart for me, that 20-period simple moving average is the anchor line. This is the exact same chart with just the 20 on it. This line represents fair value, where the market agrees that price should be based on recent action. When price gets stretched far away from the 20, whether it's a gap at the open, a news-driven move, or simply a market maker with an order, that rubber band is always going to snap back to the 20, making it the anchor line. And once I understood that, I didn't really need 5 different indicators on my chart or more. I just needed one line and the patience to wait for price to come back to it. This is a 2-minute chart of Halliburton. And as you can see, the price always comes back to the line once it moves away. And with one of my main trading setups, which is the power bar, I'm using that anchor as a springboard for price to move away. Because again, it's going to move away and come back, move away and come back. With the power bar setup, I'm looking for a candle that's beginning the move away from the anchor. This is my power bar. I want the power bar to clear support or resistance. It's going to be clearing support if it's a big red candle and I'm shorting. It's going to be clearing resistance if it's a green candle and I'm going long. But it's beginning at the 20, again, the anchor. And just like an arbitrage, it's going to spring away and then snap back to the 20 at a different price level. To execute this trade, I enter near the end of the power bar. So I'm going to enter a short here, and I place my stop at the top of the power bar. I'm not worrying about noise here. As we get this pullback, it doesn't get to my stop at the top of the power bar. And then we get a really nice move. And in that move, the stock is moving away from the 20 and then eventually snapping back to the 20. I designed an indicator that I use to execute these trades, right? It's executing on my setup. It's set up to take profit levels at 1R, my risk in this candle, 1.5 and 2 R's away, 2 risks away. And that's what this looks like with my indicator, which is linked in the description in this video. I'm going to take that back off, but you can see the power bar clearly, which gives a clear, simple setup because I know where my stop is. I know where my entry is. And now I end up in this trade with a really nice move to the downside before Halliburton finds the 20 again. Here's something that's important with the power bar, right? It has to begin at or near the 20. This is a power bar, but it's not a trade that I'm going to take. I'm not going to get long here because it's away from my anchor, right? This power bar is forming, originating away from the anchor. I want power bars that begin at the anchor. It's also a power bar that's forming counter to where my anchor is pointing, right? The 20 here is trending lower, and this power bar is moving into a 20 that's running against it. That's not a trade for me. Over here, about 20 minutes later, this is a power bar that's forming now as the 20 has curled and is starting to move higher. This power bar forms near my anchor. It takes out this immediate resistance to the left, right? It's resistance if it's a long and I'm going long, and I end up with another nice trade to the upside. Again, I use this indicator to show those trades. Again, another power bar over here as it starts to trade down. And you can see these pop in intraday as the power bar forms and gives, buy and sell signals. Let me show you one more example of the anchor and the power bar. Here's a good example. This is YM, or the E-mini Dow Jones Futures. Someone actually asked me to include this in a video. So here you go. Here is my anchor, which is the 20. You can see a small gain here as this power bar, because it's larger than the bars around it, moves off of my anchor, which is the 20. Let me make my anchor a red, because I always like the 20 to be red on my charts. You can see this power bar forming. I'll turn off the indicator so we can see it clearly. This power bar begins at the anchor, right? Already we've had movement above the anchor, below, back above, back and touching. Now we have a nice base forming, which is a great precursor to a power bar, right? This in itself is a trade when you have a move off the 20, a base that moves over toward the 20, and then you get a power bar. A break of this base entering here is not a bad trade in and of itself, but in the power bar setup, the entry would just be here, right around 49,665. This is obviously 2 a.m. my time. This is not a trade that I took, that I can guarantee you. But you can see the concept, right? It's playing out. The power bar, you get a really nice move higher. You get 3 waves if you're into Elliott waves, taking profit. 3 pushes, 1, 2, 3. And again, it just pops in on my indicator. This is how I use the indicator that I built to pick up on the power bar off the 20, which is the anchor, clearing here resistance. Begins at the 20. The 20's moving higher, right? It's not going counter the 20. Like, this is a trade here that I would not take, because this power bar is moving into the 20. So you could say, oh, if you're going to take a power bar, that's a power bar. It's not beginning at the anchor, right? This is the snapback, right? We get the move away, back to the anchor, move away. And this is what a trend looks like very often with the 20, right? Move away, back to the anchor, strong move away, and then continuation, which is all the power bar is, right? Strong move away, continuation, strong move away, pull back, but no stop out because the bar begins here. So the stop would be here, right? No stop out. And then the move higher, right? Away from the 20 as it stretches away, and then the snapback. Away, snapback. Again, fairly simple, straightforward. Something I learned when doing warrant arbitrage trading. Again, options and common against warrants in a variety of fashions. That anchor line gives you a filter. If it's close to it, you're looking for entries. If it's away from it, I'm not looking for a trade here. I'm not looking for this short originating here away from the line because it's stretched. And I know I'm going to get that snapback, but I don't need extra indicators to tell me any of this. One line gives you the answer. So here's the takeaway. The 20 period simple moving average isn't just another indicator on your chart. It's the anchor line. It's fair value. It's where price wants to live and wants to return to constantly. And when you understand that, everything gets simpler. Again, that's the approach I've used for 30 years. I started it in arbitrage, and it works just as well on a 2-minute chart, 5-minute chart. It doesn't really matter. Again, if you want my power bar indicator, there's a link in the description below. I also did a cheat sheet on the power bar, this particular trade I've been going over in this video. If you want that cheat sheet, comment power in the comments below, and I'll get that to you for free via email. I hope this video helped you to be able to see how simple it can be with just one anchor line and not 3, 4, 5 different indicators on your chart. That, again, at this point, just gives me a headache to look at all that. If it did, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll keep making videos like this. Thanks.